The second I found out that Tom Telesco was going to be the GM to head coach Antonio Pierce, I thought it would be an interesting pairing because I knew that Antonio Pierce was a rah-rah, go get him, free spirit, and I knew that Tom Telesco was a level-headed general manager who's been there, done that, knew how the system worked, and knew he would be able to talk Antonio Pierce in and out of different situations that could help and hurt our football team. But what I did not expect to see from them two so early on is a consistent message throughout. If we want a guy, we're going to go get him. But the thing you have to remember is that they tell us, they meaning the head coach and the GM, what we want to hear, and more importantly, they tell us what they want us to hear. There has been a video circulating the webs as of recently that shows Malik Neighbors talking to his former LSU teammate, Jaden Daniels. And they're on an Instagram Live, and they're saying, well, where are you going to go, Jaden Daniels? And Malik Neighbors is like, I'll tell you where he's going, and you're not going to believe it. He's going to go back and play with his boy. And people have led that to suggest that he's talking about Antonio Pierce. Now, does this mean we're just trading up and drafting Jaden Daniels? Well, there is a report that just came out recently that said the Patriots aren't sold on taking the quarterback at number 3. Maybe it's because they don't like Jaden Daniels or because they are convinced that Washington is going to take Jaden with the 2nd overall pick. Colin Cowherd on his show said as of right now, it's going to be Jaden Daniels 2 to Caleb Williams 1, Drake May or JJ at 3. We've talked to death about trading up for Jaden Daniels. And you saw the title of the video. I think Antonio Pierce and Tom Telesco have been working us this entire time. I think early on in the process, maybe when the season was still going on, Antonio Pierce did his due diligence as to whether or not we'd be able to move up to get Jaden Daniels. And it wasn't until Tom Telesco came into the building and showed him, well, we could move up, but we have to do X, Y, and Z. And this is what I think of Ayton. And this is what I think we can get in terms of Gardner Minshew. And this is the team I think we have. And these are the wins we had last year. If we grab Minshew and he beats out Aiden or Aiden beats him out and we get better quarterback play, we can go from 8 to 10, blah, blah, blah. And I think Antonio Pierce said, all right, we can't get Jaden Daniels. But that's not what we're going to tell everybody. He's been on different podcasts and said, if we want a quarterback, we're going to go get him. I want a runner. He was on Ryan Clark's podcast and they said, it's going to be hard to get a quarterback. He said, why? Why is it going to be hard? This whole time, he's been pounding the table. We are going to get a quarterback who's a runner. And oh, by the way, I love Jaden Daniels, my former player. This whole time, gaming us, gaming the system, gaming other GMs in the league. Tom Telesco has probably done this himself and said, yeah, I love Tua. Tua would be my choice. I like Tua a lot. Bang, Justin Herbert falls right to the Los Angeles Chargers. I think Antonio Pierce and Tom Telesco had a concerned effort to put the narrative out there that they're moving heaven and earth to draft Jaden Daniels or to draft JJ McCarthy maybe, which is why AP said, I think JJ should deserve to be in the top 3. I love that kid. All these teams ahead of us are like, well, if the Raiders are moving heaven and earth to try to get one of these guys and the Patriots or the Commanders are wishy-washy on which one we should take. Should we take one? Should the Giants take one? The Giants are like, maybe we can get Penix in the 2nd round, but we can get Jaden right now because he's not going to fall that much farther if the Raiders are going to take him at 13. And all these quarterbacks are going to go 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 12. And all of a sudden, the cream of the crop of the rest of the prospects fall right into the laps of Antonio Pierce and Tom Telesco. We could have our pick of the litter at offensive tackle, corner, tight end, defensive tackle. I messed up the fingers. Or linebacker. And it's all because there's going to be a run on quarterbacks and wide receivers. We don't need a wide out. If something crazy like Neighbors or Odunze falls to us, maybe we take him, but I don't think that's something we're going to do. We need a corner. We need a DT. Or we need an OT. And with us putting the narrative out there that, oh yeah, we're taking the quarterback and we're trading up, there's going to be no teams that are willing to do that with how passionately the former head coach of Jaden Daniels has been talking about him. He says, I want a runner. He says he's a great player. He's a great kid. He's a perfect Raider. He's a perfect fit. And now all these teams that are like, should we draft Jaden? Should we not? Well, his head coach really wants him, and he's talking him up big time. And all of a sudden, quarterback. And the rest of the elite prospects fall right to 13. And this whole time, they had the plan in place. It's going to be Aiden learning from a veteran, competing with a veteran, getting more mobile, and getting better. And if he's not better, we have somebody better than him last year in Gardner Minshew, who could flip a couple wins in the schedule, and all of a sudden, you go from 8 wins to 10 wins. Now, that doesn't help us in the long term getting a quarterback if Aiden doesn't develop. But you have to think, if they were truly gaming the system the way that I think they were, that they do believe Aiden O'Connell has the potential to develop into the future starting quarterback. Because if they aren't gaming the system and are wanting to trade up heaven and earth to draft a quarterback, the number 3 pick is available. There is a price that we can meet with new general manager for the Patriots and new head coach Jerod Mayo. They want to make a big move right out of the gate. Is that tying yourself to a rookie quarterback, Robert Saleh style, and hoping it works out? Because if the guy's not good, it doesn't matter how good your team is. You're going to get fired. Do GM of the Patriots, that I don't know his name, and Jerod Mayo want to make that choice right away? Or does Jaden fall to 3, they don't take him, and all of a sudden, the Cardinals have to decide between Marvin Harrison or trading back? Or do the Patriots take Marvin Harrison, and all of a sudden 4 is absolutely in play? These are all things to consider. Even Daniel Jeremiah put out a new mock draft where we trade up to 3 and the Vikings trade up to 5. Everything is on the table, but I truly believe that Tom Telesco and Antonio Pierce have been pulling the wool not only over our eyes, which is okay, because to do it to us, they did it to every other GM picking ahead of them. And maybe the whole time the plan was to take Bo Nix or Michael Penix in the 2nd round, never take a quarterback with the 13th pick, never trade up, and have all the prospects fall right in line to the Las Vegas Raiders. All I know is this. Antonio Pierce has made it clear if he wants something, he will go get it. And as of right now, we haven't made a substantial move to move up into the draft. And it's getting later and later and later, and it's almost midnight. And before that clock strikes 12, I think we are still going to be at 13. And we are going to take an elite prospect, and we are going to take a quarterback in the 2nd round. And I do not believe that's because we couldn't get up. I believe that was the plan all along once they found out that it was going to be tough to get the exact guy they wanted. Am I crazy? I don't think I'm crazy. I think that's a pretty solid theory. Was Malik Neighbors just talking out of his ass and blowing smoke and saying, might go to the Raiders? Because Jaden was like, dude, shut up. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts on the theory, the speculation. Comment below your thoughts on the new setup here. I got a desk. I'm not holding the mic anymore. I got to learn what to do with my hands. I got pictures behind me. Things are rocking and rolling. I got a better camera. We're freaking taking off here. Just so you know, I got a video coming out after this one that was pre-recorded before I got the new setup. So we're going to go back to the old setup, and then we're going to go to the new setup. I might re-record it. I digress. Do me a favor. Click the link in the description below. Clink? I said clink. Click the link in the description below. It takes you to this channel's Patreon. If you don't know what that is, it's a way to pay a small fee a month to get exclusive access to things not given out for free on the YouTube channel if you want to support me and then get more stuff from that. Just because you click it doesn't mean you have to sign up. Just go check it out. What you get is Discord access. You get early access to videos like this, ad-free content, exclusive content like the Madden videos that are going up right now. Absolutely insanity what's going on in the Madden series. And you get your name at the end of the credits like these guys to become an executive producer for the show. Do me a favor and just check it out. You don't have to sign up. If it's not for you or if you can't do it, that's okay. You're doing just enough by clicking on my face, watching the video, dropping likes, and subscribing. Please be sure to subscribe. It is free after all, no charge to you. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.